Did a little stabbing.
Yeah, I'm happy with this little face. I've just been stabbing. Like I didn't add anything since last we filmed. Just stabbing, stabbing, stabbing. Well, I might have added like a little, just a little blender to get rid of the seam. So, okay, ears. I just make the usual type ears.
The usual.
The usual type, which would be, ooh, I have a nice, psh, psh.
What do you call a goat with one ear?
Oh boy, I don't know what.
Vincent Van Goat.
Vincent. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm using Serafina white. And I'm just making two little kind of 1-inch squares. Let's see. Yeah. And I don't think I'm gonna, I could go dark at the tips, but I think I'm just gonna do white. So if you wanted to go dark at the tips, you would do the same thing with the, with the layering. And then I'm gonna stab a center line and just stab kind of like an almond shape, but I'm keeping it open at this end. So pointy at this end, keeping it open at this end. And then you fold the fiber into it. Goat ears do all different sorts of things. They can point down, they can point forward, they can point up. But I'm just making a very simple ear shape. Little Milo sigh. That one, I'm going to turn it over because it's thicker on that side. So I'm drawing the almond and then folding it in. And then in your supply pack is a little bit of, I think we used Glow. It's like a little bit of a subdued pink for the center of the ear. I just fuzz it out and stick it in. Long ways. And then hit it with the punch tool. Pretty good, nice and flat and well felted. Then I'm going to pinch the end closed. Then you can decide how you want them to sit on the head. Do a little pinch at the end too. Whoops, that one's done. I'm just going to have them come forward. Just using the fringe ears always end up at different angles anyway.
Goats kind of like do that when they're standing there, don't they?
Do what?
Move their little
Their
ears
ears?
around.
Oh, we forgot our waddles. Where are you? These are, you gotta just kind of stab them in under the jaw here. I don't know, honestly, super technically from where they emanate.
We also don't know why they exist, so just get them on there and...
Just get them on there and hope some goat expert doesn't question it. As I do with all of the things that I make. Don't want the hippo police or the rhinoceros police coming after me.
See how we're just plowing through the dogs barking? Milo starts it and then Finley won't let it go.
So if you want a beard, you're going to take a little bit of your mohair, as much as you want it to be. You could take a little bit of Gotland and put a gray stripe in it. That would be fun.
There's a proverb about this.
The goat beard.
Yes.
And then you want to staple it on with Seraphina white.
If wisdom is measured by the size of the beard, then the goat is a philosopher king.
Does goatee come from goat?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it would make sense, right? So I put a little wool staple across the center to hold the beard. Oh, does that look weird? Alright, who cares? And then and then I'm gonna put a tiny bit of Seraphina white just to kind of eliminate the look of the seam, yeah.
It actually softens the stripe,
Yeah.
too.
You say my stripe needs softening?
I mean, it's stripey.
So funny.
That's pretty awesome.
He looks like he should be in Kung Fu Panda. The movie.
That's quite a beard.
Okay, now we're down to like the nitty gritty. Let's get this eye. So you're gonna take your butterscotch.
I'm gonna really zoom for you here,
Okay.
viewers.
And you need a very thin amount. This is probably even too much. There.
Yes, it's perfect.
I'm gonna do the wrap around my
Oh.
closed fingers trick. So I'm just gonna wrap around. I'm holding it in between my thumb and finger, and I'm wrapping it around until it's gone. And then when you let go, it gives you a little circle. And then you're going to stab in the little circle. This needle's too strong. It's okay if it uncircles. The circle is more like it just gives you a structure to start with.
We were talking at lunch about the weird goat eye.
Mm-hmm. So the iris, the pupil is horizontal. And I think I remember this correctly, that as the goat raises and lowers its head, it levels, it's self-leveling. So it stays horizontal. It stays parallel to the ground.
It's weird. That must be how they balance so well.
Yeah, it could have something to do with that. And you can't sneak up on a goat either. Trust me, I've tried. Kyla was a part of the Great Sheep and Goat Roundup. Wasn't that fun? They cooperated. Then we do a little tiny Serafina white dot. I forgot about that.
They cooperated. Sure, they did.
Remember what I said about goats being like cats? And you know the expression herding cats?
Yeah.
That is a darn good eye. I'm gonna see if I can do another one. Or if it was just luck. This side's always a little tricky for me.
Oh, that's looking pretty good.
Focus.
Everybody's watching.
Don't lose it.
We did boast about you being the GOAT, you know.
I know. It took, even though I didn't know what it meant, now I do. I'm scared.
Greatest of all time, people.
All right. Sarah says, no more fussiness. I like this little goat.
He's very cute. I'm zooming out because I was.
He is cute. I like his big nose. Okay, it's time to shingle.
You do it? Oh yeah. I was gonna say you do anything else to the tail, but yes, a little bit. I see.
A little bit of fluff. I guess I could do that first. I'm just gonna Serafina white it. I'm just gonna do a little bit of fluff out this way. Side to side this side. And side to side the other side.
There's also a proverb about the tail.
Do tell.
I have to find it. If the goat had a longer tail, he could wipe the stars clean.
Well,
I don't even know.
if I had a longer
Those
broom.
are my people that check. If you had what, a longer broom?
Or a longer arm, or...
There's got to be deeper meaning. Those check people.
Alright. We just got a little fuzz on the tail, that's all. I guess you could put a little mohair poof. Let's do that. Put a little mohair poof. I'm putting my mohair on. I'm going across with some Serafina white. Folding the mohair. Gonna go across with some Serafina white.
Spanish proverb: the goat can't well cover herself with her tail.
No. Serious tail issues. Serafina proverb. Stab it too long. And your sculpture is stuck. there is my little, look at this little.
Jeez.
Okay. Now we're going to shingle. And shingling, you got your mohair, so pretty. And what's cool about mohair is it curls when it gets wet. So actually, after I finished this one, I wet it, and it got all curly, which is really fun. I don't think the Gotland would do it. So you want to take, it's long, so the end you pull from is going to be more blunt than the end that comes out of the roving. So in this case, I'm going to point the blunt end down. And I'm going to take a little bit of Seraphina white, go in the same direction, and felt that down. Kind of on the center 1/3 of the staple length. So he's got a little coming over his leg here, a little coming towards his chest. I'm following the contour of the sculpture underneath. Then you're going to fold this over and felt that down. But really, it's the next piece that covers this seam. Well, what I usually do is I go across first. So now we're going to hit the belly. A little longer there. I'm going to put the Seraphina white on it. When you're making the gray goat, it's the gray Gotland and then a little bit of the shiitake. So your steps would be, this is your top coat, your prettier one, and then the shiitake is the one that kind of helps hold it all on, like the Seraphina white is in this case. So I like to go all the way across the side, get that like shingling a house. You want to get that first lower layer done. And then you'll do the next layer on top of it. And then the third layer, so it's pretty much 2 layers down each side, and then the third layer just goes over. So shingling covers more area than the long fur technique. We do it on the chicks, we do it on the ducks, we do it on the songbirds, do it on lots and lots of critters. Get one on the hind leg here.
A prudent man does not make the goat his gardener.
I love letting my goats down to mow the grass, but man, didn't they love my my perennials and my flowers and shrubs the best. Second layer. So your second layer is going to come almost like to the center of the back. So then you end up with like a part down the back that we just cover with some top coat. So pretty, so shiny. It's just amazing, this fiber.
It is a
All of
very,
it.
very cool process.
I need a little bit more. So in the case of shingling, just a reminder, I'm putting the wool that's holding it in the same direction, not across. Because I just want it to kind of blend in and become one with it.
You're fancying him up.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to do this. You could use the Seraphina white just to make a pelt. It doesn't have to be a long, fuzzy goat.
If someone is trying to make one like a goat that they have, or something
Yep.
like that.
Yep. Yeah, just if you have a little bit of brown on hand, or, you know, if you're trying to make certain colors. We have mostly, well, all whites and grays in here, but it wouldn't take much to change the coloring, because it really is just the last step. I'm just putting a little bit of Serafina white to hold that down, but I'm going to put the pretty fiber on it as well. All right, so I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm going to show you how to treat the back and the neck. He'll wreck. So this is like all my folds, so we want to get rid of that. So I'm just going to lay some fiber over. I'm going to alternate directions since, you know, it kind of alternates thickness. And then a little bit of Serafina white on it. And felt that all down. It can get pretty poofy, so keep this stuff on the thin side. Another way to do it would be to mix a little bit of mohair and Serafina white. That might actually felt a little bit better. So you would just take some Serafina white, take some mohair, and just mix them together in your hands by restacking. And then that can go over your back. I'm going to use this on the shoulders right here. But this just takes some stabbing to get it all secure. And like I said, you can wet it if you want it to turn curly. It's kind of fun. I just put a little water in my hand and like kept touching it. Like when you have bad hair in the morning.
You're trying to freshen up the perm.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about bad hair.
I should have done the neck first. But it's just, you can do the same thing. You could do one shingle on each side and then a piece over the top. Or you could just go over the top. It's going to be a little bit long.
He's got that fancy beard though, so.
I know. I might trim it a little bit. You can lose your goat shape a little bit with all this fluff. So you can either not fluff, or you just have to spend some time re-stabbing and establishing that shape. I guess you could cut it too, but it's just a pain in the neck. If anything, I might trim it after it's on. It's hard to work with it all cut in half. And I'm really not doing anything to his belly. It's so covered, I'm not worried about it. But you could put some Serafina white on the belly if you need to. You should have plenty of everything. I definitely have plenty. I still have core wool left. I still have a good bit of Serafina white left. A good bit of mohair left. Alright, I'm gonna make that mohair Serafina mix to go over the back of the neck. He turned into quite the mountain goat. If you've got any more wise words, Milo, now's the time.
I'm trying to zoom past
My head.
past your head.
This is a fun project. It is what, about 1 something? We started at
I
9:30.
The goat does not get fat just by whispering. Arabic proverb.
What does it do? What does that mean?
Spends all day eating? I don't know.
Are they cautioning against whispering? Or do you want the goat fat? Do you not want the goat fat?
I think you want the goat fat.
Okay.
There was another one. This one was really good. Did I say this? When the big tree falls, the goat eats its leaves.
No.
But it's a good one. Opportunity.
Yeah. Deep. All right. This is going to be about 15 minutes of me stabbing.
Aiming.
So I'm going to say goodbye and then see you in a minute. Milo, that was fun.
You busted that thing out?
That was, aside from my front leg debacle, that was relatively painless.
You did great.
It's a good project. I think it's a good level 2 moving towards 3 project. Definitely. So I hope you have fun with your goats and share them on our group page, which is Serafina Felting Fanfare. And you can stay in tune or in touch with what's happening here at Serafina Fiber Art on Facebook. And the website, serafina.com, always has the current workshops, and the tutorials are all listed in order there. We just added a calendar so you can see what's coming up. And thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.